NTR. Goedenavond en welkom bij College Tour. We zijn vanavond in de Britse stad Birmingham en dat heeft alles te maken met de veiligheid van onze gast. Een jaar geleden, op 9 oktober, reist ze in Pakistan naar huis met een schoolbus. Die bus die wordt overvallen door de Taliban. In de bus verschijnt een man met een Colt .45 en hij schiet haar door haar linker oogkas. Op miraculeuze wijze overleeft ze die aanslag en de reden voor die aanslag is er maar één. Zij wil dat meisjes naar school gaan en de Taliban wil dat niet. Ze wordt behandeld hier in deze stad, in Birmingham, en nu zit ze hier op school. Een groot applaus voor Malala Yousafzai. Welcome. Please take a seat. Are you getting used to the applause already?
It's an honor.
Okay. We always kick this show off with the first question is always, what kind of student were you? Because normally our guests, they are done studying. You are the youngest guest we ever invited on this show. You're 16 years old now. What kind of student are you here in Birmingham?
In Pakistan, I was quite a good student in my school. And I used to be in competition with my friends who will get the top marks, who will get the high marks in the class. And I was also interested in co-curricular activities such as sports. I was interested in painting, in photography. And I won one competition in painting because the rest of the paintings were worse than mine. That's why. So I also won some photography competitions, and I like cricket, and I still love it, and I also like badminton. Here in Birmingham, I'm also trying to be the best in the class and to get merits, to get stars, and to get A's. So.
And does it work? Are you successful here in Birmingham as well?
I'm getting better.
Yeah? Because how many months of school did you lose after the attack in October last year?
So that 9th of October was the last day of my school in Pakistan, and that was the last day that I had breakfast in my home, and that I never went back to my house. And that was just the last day that I saw my beautiful valley of Swat. That was the last day that I saw my friends Muniba, and that was the last day that I saw my parents. And after that, I found myself in a hospital in Birmingham.
We're going to talk about education, about the Taliban, about your life, but let's first have a look at a little film about your life.
A newborn child, and I looked into her eyes. I fell in love with her, believe me. I love her. I love her.
In January in Swat, Pakistan, the Taliban demand all schools for girls close their doors.
I want to get my education, and I want to become a doctor.
Okay.
Zawuddin and Malala are invited to meet Richard Holbrooke, President Obama's top official in the region.
Respected Ambassador, I will request you that if you can help us in our education, so please help us. I have the right of education, I have the right to play, I have the right to sing, I have the right to talk, I have the right to go to market, I have the right to speak.
Malala Yousafzai.
मैं मुल्क के बच्चों को ये पैगाम देना चाहती हूँ कि वो किसी से ना डरे.
De aanslag op een meisje van 14 in Pakistan maakt heel wat los in het land.
इनमें से एक के पास पिस्टल था, वो बस में रोककर बस में चढ़ा और बच्चियों से पूछा कि आप में से मलाला यूसुफजई कौन सी हैं, तो बच्चियों ने उन्हें बताया और उन्होंने फायर कर दिया उसके ऊपर.
The 14-year-old Pakistani girl shot by the Taliban because she supports education for girls has just arrived in the United Kingdom for medical treatment.
Thanks to a cochlear implant, her hearing has been restored.
I'm going to say the days of the week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Dear friends, on the 9th of October 2012, the Taliban shot me on the left side of my forehead. They shot my friends too. They thought that the bullet would silence us, but they failed.
That day, the 9th of October, when they came into the bus, did you immediately know that something was going wrong? What did you think?
The scene that I remember is totally different from the fact, because I don't remember that incident. My friend Muniba and Kainat and Shazia told me that you were just talking, you were having gossip, and usually on that way through which we go our home, it's really full of people. There is a crowd, and you can see men all around. But on that day, there was no one except those two boys. They were in their 20s. And one of them stopped the car, and one came at the back. And he asked, "Who is Malala?" All the girls were quite like, they were worried, what is he saying? And some of them looked at me. And then the next few seconds, he shot me, and he didn't even give me time to answer his question that, yes, I am Malala. And then the first bullet hit me just right here. And the bullet just went down, and it came up to here. And that one bullet hit traveled a lot. And then the other two bullets hit my friends, Kainat and Shazia. And after that, when the driver heard that the sound of the bullets, and these boys just directly ran away, and he just directly took me to the hospital. That driver, he's very nice, and I'm not feeling any bad thing about those boys who shot me, but I'm feeling really worried about the driver, because he directly took me to the hospital, and now he's in the custody of army. So why should he be in the custody of army? He has done nothing. And those boys are still free.
Why are you not angry with the guys who did this, these two? Because they shot not only you, but two of your girlfriends as well.
I'm not harsh upon them. I'm not being cruel for them, because I'm not a Talib.
Okay, let's open up the hall for questions. If you have a question to Malala, please stand up so the microphone can come to you.
Hello, my name is Lucinda from Holland. You say that you don't have anger toward the Taliban. Is that because of your belief, of your hope that it will get better?
The first thing is that the Taliban shot me. They were doing it for Allah. They were doing it for Islam. They say that God tells them to shoot people. They believe in jihad. But in my opinion, I forgive them for Allah. And this is my jihad. Their jihad is to kill people, and my jihad is to save people. Their concept is to kill people, and my concept is to forgive people. I'm also a follower of Islam. I'm a Muslim. And I want to show people that this is the real Islam. We are not terrorists. Those few people can be terrorists, but it does not mean that all Muslims are terrorists. So that's why being a human, and being a woman, and being a Muslim, I believe that we must forgive each other. And the other person should learn a lesson from it.
Thank you.
It's really great to hear you say this. At the same time, I think when we were preparing for this show 3 weeks ago, I saw a little clip in which a leader of the Taliban has this to say about you. Let's have a look.
हमने इसके ऊपर उसको कत्ल करना चाहा, अभी भी अगर हमको मिले तो हम उसकी कत्ल करने में फ़ख्र महसूस करते हैं। उसने इस्लाम के ऊपर हमला किया। औरतों को मारना इस्लाम में मना है, बजुज़ उस औरत के जो कुफार के साथ जंग में शरीक हो।
What did you think when you saw this?
Well, I didn't see it. I only heard about it.
Okay.
So it was very nice to see it, and it was very nice to see what their ideology is. But the fact is that they have the right to express themselves.
But this is a
now I have the right to express my feelings. And I believe that he hasn't read Quran. That's the first thing. then he doesn't know about the personality of Prophet, peace be upon him. He has never studied what kind of person Prophet, peace be upon him, was. And I forgive them. And I believe that their next generation would be very kind. They would be true to Islam.
Your father is here as well. I would like to ask you, when you see this as a father, what do you think?
It's quite a difficult question because we should not take it light because we thought that they have some ethics and they might have some, some rules for themselves and they will not go for children. But it happened in past and we must be careful. That's it. Because as a father, my daughter's life is very precious for me, not only for me, but for the whole world. The most important thing, because they should learn that you can kill a person, an individual, but you cannot kill an ideology. They may kill me, they may kill this child, but the ideology of peace, education, harmony, coexistence, it will live for long. And the more you suppress, the more it goes up. And they should have learned from her example.
Very clear. Next one, over there, sir.
My name is Don Ellis. I came over from Holland as well, and I bought the Dutch version of your book with me. I'm hoping you could sign this before the day is over. Also, when I look at the book, I see pictures of a very happy little girl with her dad and with her family and her friends. How did that day when you were shot, how has that changed your life? And is that happy little girl still alive?
Well, I'm still happy, and I think in our life, everyone's life, a time comes that you have to leave something behind to go forward, and it happens. So I have to forget about those happy days with my friends and living in Swat Valley, because we all have to sacrifice something in our life. If we have a dream, if we have a goal in our life. One thing has changed, and that is when I was in school in Swat, I was really free with my friends, and I was considered to be only Malala. But now in here, I'm just considered to be like I must be a good girl.
Because everybody is watching you?
Yeah,
or?
I can't be like naughty one. I can't fight with anyone. I have to take care of everything. So that's why it's a bit hard thing.
You write in your book that you are playing on the rooftop of your house, that your father is drinking cups of tea there with friends. What do you miss most of that kind of life that you had there?
The first thing is that I miss every single moment, and like being sitting in my classroom with my friend Muniba and Rida, and I also miss that rivalry with Malkainur, the way we used to work hard in exams to beat each other and who would get the high marks. I also miss my home. I also miss, because I love cricket. And the other thing is that it's really cold in Birmingham. It's really unbelievable to think about cricket.
Yeah.
Because
is that the worst? Is that the worst? Yeah, the rain, the clouds.
I love Birmingham if I just forget about the weather for a second.
Over there, the other lady.
I was wondering, what is your big dream, your personal aspiration? What do you want to be later on?
When I always think of myself, Malala, what do you want to be in future? The thing is that I want to go back to Pakistan. And my dream is to see peace and to work for education. And I want to see every girl going to school. I want to see peace in Swat especially. I want to see there is no terror in our land. But the thing is that I also want to do politics. And I sometimes imagine like Malala going back to Pakistan and there's a huge crowd in front of her and she's delivering a fiery speech. I like that.
Thank you.
So you want to be a politician?
Yes, I want to be a politician. There are a few reasons. The first thing is that the politicians are considered to be corrupt in most of the countries. And I think it's a responsibility of the politicians that they help the people of their country. We elect a prime minister not in order to make him a prime minister or to think we don't give him vote for himself. We give him vote for ourselves. We elect him that now work for us, build up a developed country, build up a prosperous country. So for that reason, I think it's a duty of a politician to work for the betterment of a country. And that's why I want to be an honest politician.
A corrupt-free politician who's going back to Pakistan.
Yeah, an honest politician.
Yeah. What do people say to you when you speak about this ambition? Is it safe for you to go back? It isn't, is it?
I think it's not safe, it's true, but the fact is that if I feel being afraid, if I don't go there, so then who would be there to work for the betterment of Pakistan? And for that reason, I believe that we should not wait for someone else. We should not say, no, this thing will get better with the passage of time. We need someone to say, we need someone to speak, and we must ignore that concept of saying that, no, everything will get better, you don't go there, someone will kill you. And I have already experienced death, so I must not be afraid of it. Because I think that even death is supporting my cause of education, even death does not want to kill me. So God is with me, people's prayers are with me, and even death is with me. He says, like, I wouldn't kill you now.
Who is your biggest example as a politician?
Benazir Bhutto was a great politician because she was a woman, she struggled. It was really hard for her to become the Prime Minister of Pakistan twice in her life. But she did it. And she even sacrificed her life. That's why she is an inspiration for us. Let's learn from her.
Let's have a look at Benazir Bhutto and then more questions.
I do not believe that any true Muslim will make an attack on me, because Islam forbids attacks on women. And Muslims know that if they attack a woman, they will burn in hell. So I don't believe that any true Muslim will make an attack on me. But we are not prepared to surrender our great nation to the militants.
Do you remember that day?
Yeah. We were watching a drama on the TV, and my father came. He said, like, do you know there has been an attack on Benazir Bhutto? And then we moved to our news channel, and we were really worried. We were praying to God that save her life. But we heard that bad news. And the thing was that it also discouraged many people, many women as well.
Her fate didn't discourage you?
Well, she encouraged me because she has been the Prime Minister. And the incident in which she was assassinated, and she died. And I have also experienced that. So I think it happens in life. One has to die at the end, either by a bullet or just die without any reason.
I'm Celine. For me, it's a real honor that you're here. You say it's for you, it's an honor, but I think it's really special for us to hear your story. And I got a question for you about, well, you're really voting for education rights, universal human rights in general. And I have a special story. So my dad works for the Dutch military, and he has been to Afghanistan. And that has been very difficult for me for many reasons, but mainly also because I'm not sure if it's correct, if it's the right thing to do for us. And do we have the right to intervene in a country without even asking these people if we're welcome there?
First thing is that the involvement of Western countries in Afghanistan has not been what the people of Afghanistan want. The first thing is that what the Western countries are doing, sending guns, sending troops, sending army, sending tanks, sending gunship helicopters. That's not what Afghanis need. This is not what those poor people need. They need pens, they need books, they need teachers, they need schools. So the important thing is that if all the countries focus on the education of Afghanistan, and if they try to find a solution for all these things through education, think that would be the best way. Because in my opinion, a war can never be ended by a war.
Okay, thank you.
Next question, over here.
Yes. I think you're doing a great job, so my compliments for that, and you're a very brave girl. My question is, you stand for rights for education for girls. What kind of help do you need with it, like from who? Maybe we can help, or the Western world. What kind of help you're looking for, and from who?
I think everyone can help. Okay. We need help from those responsible people, or leaders, politicians, who are making decisions but who are not listening to us. We also need to work with different organizations who can help us. The help is not only in terms of giving donations. It's also if you write an article in a newspaper, if you support the cause of education, you're doing a lot. Even if you speak for it, you are doing a lot.
Many people have spoken for you and were inspired by what you have done, and some people we all know. Let's have a look.
In Pakistan, a 14-year-old girl was shot in the neck for writing a blog about the importance of being educated.
When she was in the hospital, her father saw a poll in the newspaper of the 10 most influential people in the world. Malala was number 6. President Obama was number 7.
I want to represent you, my book, and
that's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed.
Even in America, people are waiting for a woman president.
Are you hoping that Hillary Clinton will be a candidate for the presidential election in 2016?
Maybe.
That's a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah, no, I did not want to focus on Hillary Clinton. I said it to every person in America, that it's every woman's job to think about her country.
We broadcasted a clip of Madonna when you were shot, and shortly after she did a concert, and she was standing in her bra and having your name on her back. What does it mean to you when you see that image?
Well, I look to it from a very good aspect. I think that she's really good because she supports our cause, and she is talking about education, because we never imagined that a film, that a rock star or a singer would talk about education at all, but she did. That's really kind of her. That's very nice of her.
Yeah, but the fact is, naturally, I mean, you are wearing the veil, and she's almost naked.
Well, I can't look at her.
No? Why not?
Well, I come from
Is it shocking to you to see her?
Well, I come from a different society, and I'm really proud that I'm wearing a shawl, and it's our Pashtun culture, and this is how I want to live. And but the thing is that I like the most in the Western society is that they respect others' culture. Here I'm wearing a dupatta, a shawl, and here people are respecting me, that yes, she can wear. So the same should I do. If they're not wearing it, I must also respect them. If we are wearing a lot and they're wearing nothing, so we need respect.
And I think that if I add one more point, this cultural diversity, different traditions, they are very lovely. It keeps this world very beautiful, very beautiful. The only thing which I tell, that all taboos, all traditions, all customs that go against the basic human rights, they should be abolished by the states and by the societies. Otherwise, this difference, small difference, wearing more clothes, less clothes, I think it's okay. It gives beauty to society. It's okay.
I don't want to forget the people who are standing here.
My name is Muhammad Faisal. I come to Pakistan, and I think I speak Pashto. I come from Swat. And my village is women is not allowed to go outside. This is against the human rights. I think Pakistan is the well of terrorism. It's always terrorist. Because Taliban...
What is your question, sir?
My question is this. I asked the Malala, why the woman is inside the house. Why they're not coming outside?
The first thing is that...
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. The first thing is that it's human nature. If I am a woman and I have lived inside a house and the only job for me is to cook, wash dishes, clean the floor, give birth to babies, then feed them, take care of my husband. This is my job. This is my duty to do it for the whole life. The skills that I have are never recognized. What I can do, not a single chance is given me to do that. And if I grow up, if tomorrow I have babies, I would have the same behavior with my daughters as well. So not only men, women are also responsible for that. They never let their daughters to go out.
Did you ever quarrel with your mom because she was inside the house for the longest time? Did you say to her, I want to go out, I want to be like my brother?
I speak about women's rights, but if I tell you what was happening in Swat, after school I used to go home, but I could not go outside to play in the street. I could not talk to a boy on the street. Hey, how are you? My brothers could tell me that, Malala, I have got a girlfriend, or I love that girl. But I couldn't. I still can't tell them. I have got a boyfriend, hello, Khushal. So this is the mindset that we have in our society. And sometimes we say that it's our tradition and it's our culture. But we have forgotten one thing, that we humans are the one who makes culture. And we are the one who can change it. And we need to change this culture. We have good things in our culture as well. We respect each other. We love each other. We are famous for hospitality, but we have also some bad things.
What would you like to say to women in Pakistan that the student is talking about, who don't leave the house, who are inside? What message do you have for them?
The first thing is that, why are women waiting for someone? Is there anyone going to come and help them and open the doors of their house? They must do it. They must raise their voice. They must come out of their houses. The concept that we have in our society is if a woman goes out, she would have a love affair, she would then become a bad girl. This is not true. Woman is the most powerful person for me in the world. Powerful than man. I'm not saying it without any reason. The thing is that I have a reason for it, that I can prove that a woman is more powerful than men.
Tell me.
I believe that when God created man and woman, God was thinking, whom shall I give the right? Who has the ability to give birth to a new life? He wanted to choose a powerful person. And only woman can do that. That's why he chose woman. And that is the greatest evidence for that. A man can never do it.
Great answer.
Sorry for that.
No.
I believe in equality, but sometimes we are not that much harsh to boys, we're not that much harsh to men as men are to us. We still believe in equality. We say that we all are equal, we must have the equal and the same rights.
Yeah. There is a very young student standing up. Would you like to ask a question as well?
I am Yinta, and what made you want to stand up for yourself?
Thank you so much. The first thing is that I have seen those dark days in my life, and I have seen terrorism in my life, and I have seen Taliban having guns in their hands. I have seen women being flogged. We have also seen dead bodies lying in the squares of Mingora who have been slaughtered. And at that time, when we were not allowed to go to school, and we wanted to go to school, we loved school. So that's why we said that we will speak up for our rights. We wanted to see peace in Swat. We wanted to go back to our school. And the fact is that when you see such bad situation, either you stop, you say like, I'm not going to speak up, I'm afraid of it. Or you say that I am going to die at the end of my life. One has to die. So the better thing is to speak up for your rights, is to struggle for your rights, and then die.
Good answer? Here, the lady and then the man in front of her.
The Dutch government has decided that education is no longer a priority in development aid policies. What do you think of that?
The government usually thinks about the development of a country. And if a government is thinking, then the government must focus on education. And they must spend a lot of money from the budget on education. So I would request them that if they can, they should.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
We have a special guest that we just spoke to for this show. It's Her Royal Highness Princess Laurentien, a Dutch princess. And she is representing UNESCO. And she is fighting illiteracy. Let's have a look.
I think that the world is really in awe of Malala. The Netherlands is in awe of Malala. And we should, and we do, deeply respect her determination, her perseverance, and ultimately her inner strength, that she's really fighting for this in the way that she's doing this. Being in awe really is not enough. We need to act. Einstein said something very wise and said, those with the privilege to know have the duty to act. And that's very much how I feel. So we should take an example like this and actually act on it. We should step up efforts to reduce the shocking numbers of children around the world who don't have access to education. Millions of children who do go to school but don't have the quality education that they deserve. And ultimately, education and literacy is about 775 million adults who are functionally illiterate and therefore are not included in a way in societal development and having a place in society. I wrote a letter to Malala, and I will read a few lines. Dear Malala, it is such a pleasure meeting you, albeit through the written word. Together with so many people around the world, I warmly respect you and your family for your strength, your determination, and your perseverance. And ultimately, your most powerful weapon is your optimism. Optimism that change is possible if we want it to happen. The rest, Malala, you get to read yourself. And I end my letter by saying, keep speaking up, using your authentic and moral voice. And perhaps most of all, keep growing up as a teenager full of life, determination, and optimistic energy. And hopefully one day we will meet in person and have a cup of tea together. With lots of love to you and your family, Laurentien.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Here's the letter.
Thank you.
This is the letter. So to you it's key. Education in everything you say, every answer you give, you say education, education. That's the main weapon, not guns and not tanks and helicopters. Yeah, she's saying basically the same, the Princess of the Netherlands.
Yeah. Thank you so much, the Princess of the Netherlands.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, we're more or less the same age, and yet we have so much difference between our lives. And I think you're really grown up for your age. And I was wondering, do you still get to be a child at this age, or do you live in constant fear of being attacked by Taliban?
The first thing is that, yes, I am 16, and well, I don't care about my hair now as much as I used to do in the past. I was really worried about which shampoo shall I use. And the other thing that worried me the most was that whenever I used to go to a supermarket, there were different shampoos. One said this is for dandruff, one shampoo was for thick hair, one shampoo was for split ends, one shampoo was for strong hair. And I was really confused because I said, I have all these problems. So then I bought 3-4 shampoos, mixed it, and use it. So yeah, I have some kind of behavior that seems like children, or that seems like as if I'm 10 years old. And fighting with my brothers, that's I think the biggest example. And when we look at the other aspect of being afraid or being afraid of death, so according to that good experience now, I don't think about that. And when people talk about Malala being shot, I don't think that they're talking about me, because I'm lucky that I forgot that incident.
What kind of music do you listen to?
When I was in Pakistan, I used to listen to Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, and now I have left Pakistan, so now I listen to Pashto music, and I listen to Pakistani music.
So he is out. You don't. Would you like, for example, to go to a concert of him?
I'm not sure whether if my father allows me.
Would you?
I think if she wants.
What kind
Maybe at home when I go there, if I say, "What are you talking about? How can you be with a boy?" No.
Well, it automatically almost leads to the question, if you would be in love, would you show it now here in England? Because you can, if you want to.
No, I'm not in love with anyone. And, well, I already said about the culture and about the norms and traditions in our society, that it's really hard to tell your father that I have fallen in love. It's really hard. And now I have told my brothers that you are not allowed to have a girlfriend, because I'm not allowed to have a boyfriend. So the same. So I believe in equality.
Yeah. Now you are forbidding everybody else to do what you would like to do.
Especially my brothers.
Very good. Here.
First of all, I salute you on your bravery as a Pakistani, and to bring up the issues and bring up the face of other Pakistanis. It's not, about terrorism and Taliban. Pakistan is like you as well. My question is that Pakistan, being the sandwich between Taliban and drones, you met recently Barack Obama. We read in the news that you talked about drones, that drones should stop because they are creating more terrorism. What was the answer? There was no answer in the news that what Barack Obama told to you. Thank you very much.
The first thing was that legally we were not allowed to express, to write what he said, because we needed his permission for that. And the other thing was that he did not give a specific answer for that. Really sorry for that, but he did not give a specific answer for that.
Did you raise the question with him? Why are you using the drones in my country? And many civilians are being shot and die innocent.
The first thing is that I spoke about the drone attacks as well. The first thing was that in drone attacks, it's true that the Taliban leaders are being killed, but also innocent people are killed. Poor people are killed. People who have done nothing, they are killed. And then the drone attacks can kill those Taliban leaders, but from one aspect, it is stopping terrorism, but it is spreading as well. So it does not mean that you kill a leader, that it will stop the terrorism, because it is spreading it. And due to that anger, many suicide attacks are happening. Many bomb blasts are happening.
Do you see President Obama as an enemy of Pakistan?
No, that's really harsh. Because
well, he signs off on sending in the drones. He is the commander-in-chief, so he's responsible.
Well, he is responsible, and if I do not hate a Talib, so I must also not hate him as well. And the fact is that we can solve things through a good way if all Americans, if people all over the world speak, if they're forced that focus on education, don't send drones, send books, send pens. So the fact is that if people speak, then the government must take the action that the people are telling them. So for that reason, I think the best way is to fight for our rights, but through non-violence and through a good way.
Here.
Hi, my name is Wiana, and I'm also came over from the Netherlands. And I actually don't have a question for you, but for your father. And I was wondering, what did you think at the first place when Malala chose to fight for the girls' rights instead of being a doctor?
I usually tell one thing, and I want to tell to all parents from this powerful platform. for me, I'm usually asked that what special you have done for your daughter, that she is such a brilliant and confident and expresses herself very well and she's a visionary. I tell them that don't ask me what I did, rather ask me what I didn't do. And the only thing that I didn't do, and I advise all parents, especially as my Pashtun brother told, all parents, especially in my region and all over the world, who keep girls back, my advice to them is, don't clip the wings of your daughters. They are amazing. They can fly high, and they are meant for stars. And the other thing, as a father, I know the potentials of my daughter. And we say, as the father, so the son. But I also say, as the father, so the daughter. So I knew my father's potentials, I knew my own, and I knew my daughter's. So I thought that she could be a better politician than a doctor. But tomorrow, if she changes her mind, it's up to her. And let's compel her. If she goes to be a journalist, that's okay. If she wants to be a doctor, it's okay.
What about film actress?
But this is, but still is my way.
Is that your hidden ambition, to be a film actress?
No. No. I like to be a mechanic as well. I love to just sit under the car and just try to do something. And I also like painting. I'm not that much good. And I like photography. So I have many different dreams. But I think I must focus on politics.
Yes. There are many more questions. We'll have a couple of those. But before we give you the word, first a little clip of all the awards you got. One of them was in the Netherlands, actually, in The Hague, recently.
Es ist für mich eine ganz große Freude, Frau Malala Yousafzai mit dem Sacharow-Preis unseres Hauses auszuzeichnen.
The 2013 Children's Peace Prize to Malala Yousafzai.
Een meisje van die leeftijd, ze is nu 16, die zoveel persoonlijke opoffering brengt voor haar idealen, dat ze zo waanzinnig knap onder woorden kan brengen. En ja, ik zat, zoals iedereen denk ik, echt ademloos te luisteren.
I would like to accept this award, this prestigious award, on behalf of all the children all over the world who are trying to go to school.
Ze geeft hoop. Ze is een soort symbool, een icoon voor meisjes om toch vooral dat recht op onderwijs te eisen.
Malala is a great woman. I don't see her as a child. Really, she reminds me Banadir Bhutto, by the way. So when I saw Malala, I saw the future of Pakistan.
Thank you so much. Long live Pakistan, long live Netherlands.
Malala, thank you again for your inspiration, for all you have done and you are doing, and you're a real symbol. At the same time, you're also a little girl who is trying to change the world. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Do you remember him, the Prime Minister?
Yeah, of course I remember him. He was really nice.
Okay. One more question here.
As a politics student myself, I've met a lot of people who aspire towards politics. I myself do as well. I heard you speaking about honest politics. What advice do you have for people who aspire towards politics to fulfil your idea of honest politics?
The politician must listen to people. It's the most important thing. Listen to people, what they are saying, what they want you to do, what they want in their country. Because in Pakistan, people are suffering from poverty. There's no food for them. Girls are deprived of education in many parts of the world, not even in Pakistan, in many parts of the world. In Afghanistan, we can see. In India, we can see. So for that reason, I think this is the biggest advice to politicians, that listen to people.
Do you see yourself as the Prime Minister of Pakistan?
Yes, that's my dream, and I want to be the Prime Minister of Pakistan because I want to change future of Pakistan. And I want to show people what talent Pakistan has and what talent women has. And I also want to work for peace in Pakistan, because I don't want to see the people of Pakistan being suffering from terrorism. In our country, every day on TV channel you would hear that 2 or 3 people are being killed. This is no more breaking news for us to hear someone is being killed. Now the breaking news for us is that today no one is killed. Now this is the breaking news for us in our country. This is what is happening every day. You wouldn't find a single day on which a person is not shot. So I want to change my country, and I want to see peace in my country. And I want to see people not suffering from poverty, but rather I want to see every girl to go to school, every child to go to school, and I want a better future.
How long do you have to wait before you can be elected as the Prime Minister? What is the cut-off date, do you know?
Nearly 30, 35, I think so.
And to me it sounds like you don't have the time to wait. You are, I think, a very impatient person.
You know, to be really honest, sometimes I think that I just want to grow now, and I want to just be the Prime Minister now, because I can't wait. Not in terms of like I want to be a Prime Minister, but when I look at people, and because I think that for how long would I see these people suffering from this terrorism? For how long? How can I wait for these people being suffering from terrorism for 15 years, or tell them like, be in this situation, I'm coming after 15 years. So for that reason, I feel really like hopeless sometimes that you can't do it now, but there are many other ways to do it as well. So I can do it through Malala Fund. We all can do it when we work together, when we are helping each other, when we are united with each other. So we can do it through that way as well.
We always conclude this show with this question is, what is the best advice you have for students here and for people watching this interview at home?
So, well, giving advices is very easy. The first thing is that I would like to tell every child who is going to school that go to school on time, never miss school, and do your homework on time. Be good to your teachers, be good to your class fellows, never fight, and be kind in your homework as well, because sometimes you just do your homework from other child's notebook and just fill the notebook. So don't do that. Do it and use your brain. And I also advise myself that you must also focus on your education as well. And other than that, I think that we must think that it is our responsibility to work for a better future, to work for the prosperity of our country, to work for women's rights, to work for human rights, to work for girls' education. So considering it as a responsibility, we must take an action as well. We can raise our voice. Through our voice, we can change the world. Through taking action, we can change the world. And through charities, through helping the organizations that are working, we can change the world. And also, we must raise up our voice and tell those responsible people whose responsibility is to think about our developed future. So also, we must also tell them that listen to us because we voted you, and now work for education and work for a better future.
Malala. Thank you so much for being here, for doing this interview with us. Dit was de laatste college tour van dit jaar. Volgend jaar zijn we er weer vanaf februari met 8 nieuwe afleveringen. Thank you all for great questions here. En u bedankt thuis voor het kijken. En Malala, thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
NTR, speciaal voor iedereen.